see the game last night?
I did. So let me tell you how I watched the game, because I was text watching the game with you on Monday, but then that's the game we thought was going to be game 3, and then they blew it at the end. Yeah. But last night's game, so I turned it on. I was here in the office. I was prepping the main show for the next 2 weeks. I have like a bunch of episodes coming out of it. So I had it on the office TV here. I don't think anybody can see that TV there. And I turned it on, and they were down by like 28. And
I think
was
20 to 29.
29 was the most they were down.
Yeah.
So what I did is I turned it off, and I went back to doing what I was doing. And then I was finishing up, and I just brought up the score on the computer real fast, and it was like 1 point off with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. It was like 104, 105, or whatever. That was the final. And I was like, I have to immediately stop what I'm doing and watch this game. And
you texted me, I think, that second.
Yeah, I did. I texted you when he inbounded the ball, and he didn't get it to Brunson, and then he fingered the ball in. And then
the tapping. That was the winning shot. That was the winning shot. Yeah.
Okay, but then you're right. It was before. It was when they went up. It was when they went up by 1 for the first time. That was the one I texted you. I said, "Brah." Now I do use Hulu Live, so my television signal is about a minute behind most people like watching like DirecTV or cable. So I have to, like, when I'm watching football during the season and I have like my fantasy apps open, I have to turn my phone upside down on games that I actually care about, because I'll see it before. Like, I'll get the notification before. So that sucks.
Yeah. But the game is crazy. I mean, you know me, I'm kind of new to liking basketball, maybe for the last couple of years or so. I've always like known of the NBA, obviously, but this playoff.
Don't you play basketball?
I've played basketball, but like watching the NBA is like something else. And also play, calling it play. I run around with some old people just to make believe like I'm doing something.
Yeah, but it's good for your heart.
Yeah, it is. That's what they say. But this final series is something else. I mean, you can feel it in the city that we're living through historical times.
In the city.
Yeah, in the city. No, I mean, I'm now in an office, and I took the subway here, and like you literally see everyone with like Knicks hats and Knicks shirts, and everybody yelling to each other.
This is Knicks adjacent. Knicks adjacent.
You can see the orange there. Yeah, and it's really exciting. And Knicks is not my first favorable team, but it's really exciting. And Monday was heartbreaking. Everybody felt like it's going to be Knicks in 4. And when they lost, like we all just went out silently and just walked the street. Felt like, Hulk of
beat up a couple of Spurs fans to get your aggression out.
Well, no one in Brooklyn is a Spurs fan. And then yesterday was just like, I mean, all of my chat groups were like lighting up, and it was exciting. And I'm sure it's the biggest comeback in playoffs, but also the statistics is insane. The Knicks were ahead for a total of 1 minute and 24 seconds of that game. And
you know what? They were the 1 minute and 24 seconds that mattered.
Yeah.
Because all the rest of that time does not matter at all. It only matters how you end.
And then not to be too, sentimental, or it goes to show like how if you can come back from a 29 points gap. I mean, dude, people can do anything. Just never give up. Just always keep fighting. That's just has a lot of cool, learnings from it. Even, when you think about it, even like at work or in life, like it's never too bad. It's never too late. You can always end up on top. You know what I mean?
The World Cup starts today too.
Are you a fan of soccer?
I watch the World Cup, and I specifically like the group stages just because there's a lot of games, you know? So I do enjoy that. When there's a lot of time between matches, I get a little antsy. But, I mean, the World Cup is cool just because, it's every 4 years, and it's a lot of movement, and everybody has some representation. Look, you can say that about the Olympics, but, like, these are the types of sports people watch.
That's okay. Growing up in Israel, World Cup is like a huge, huge event. Soccer is like a sport in Israel. So, but even me as a non-sport guy, I was always involved in like World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, probably won't go today, but I'll definitely go out and watch some of these games. I'm going to the game on Monday at SoFi Stadium Monday night. Iran versus New Zealand.
Iran and New Zealand, yeah. Both are finalist teams, yeah.
Absolutely. Actually, I think they were going to give Iran the trophy already, but the team has been totally obliterated. So I don't even I don't even know if the game's actually going to happen.
Yeah, I think they had a lot of back and forth on whether they're even going to play or not.
Yeah, so they're down in TJ, down in Tijuana, like practicing. I saw some rumors on Reddit that they think the team might boycott day of and refuse to play.
Oh, that they're going to boycott.
Yeah, I doubt that they're going to happen. I think it's going to happen, but
so like give New Zealand the
DJ to come up, man. Yeah. Like I hope they're taking the CBX because I have a feeling it's all going to get weird. It's all going to get super weird.
I'm sure. And it's also this World Cup is just weird because it's so sparse. Like usually they go to a country and show those like full stadiums and maybe does a little bit of drive. Here, we're like there's teams who has to play
both are in Mexico,
in Seattle. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they one day in Seattle, and then the next day they fly back to Atlanta or something. I don't know. There's going to be like different time zones and all. It's going to, for sure, impact the quality of the soccer, whatever it means. Yeah.
I mean, look, they're already not letting refs in and stuff. So that's the quality of the product on the field is going to be questionable this one anyways. Yeah. It's always going to be an asterisk at this World Cup.
Yeah. So. But it's a sports global celebration. I don't know. I just feel like after this playoff,
it's a fun event. You know, I'm sure the ones out. So the ones in Canada, the ones in Mexico will probably go pretty well.
Yeah, but, and here as well. I don't know. There's in New Jersey in the MetLife Stadium. They're going to do some games there.
It's not called MetLife anymore, is it?
It is.
Oh, it is called MetLife. The Meadowlands. That's the one that's called.
Yes, and I think they changed it for MetLife now. Or why?
Yeah, but I think isn't it a whole new stadium? We can fact check this right now.
It's also crazy that it's like it's like there's like a New York stadium. It takes about 4 hours to get there from New York, especially if there's traffic. And I think some of the fans like got hotels in New York and they don't even know how shitty it is to get places in states. So.
You're right. It's called New Meadowlands from 2010 to 2011.
All I know is this is the stadium where I watched Paul McCartney up close. So.
Oh yeah, but no, this stadium is pretty new. The one that's there now, what's called New Meadowlands, and now it's called MetLife. But it was still built it opened in 2010.
Okay, and it was called the New Meadowlands initially.
Yeah, it was
for the Giants, I think. Yeah. So what else is new in
New York
your
Football
world?
Giants of New Jersey? The New York Football Giants of New Jersey.
I mean, it's all the same at this point. Honestly. How's
I felt like the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim here? You know,
there's a lot of teams like that.
What is it? The Angels of Anaheim.
Yeah. What else is new in your world? Have you been traveling somewhere? No, you have.
Yeah. Let's see. Where did I go?
I think the past 3 weeks, I think, since we last recorded.
Well, did we talk about Colorado? Safeguard?
I think we have, yes. You had a shitty travel experience with.
Oh yeah, that's right. With all the, I mean, why does that keep happening to me? I gotta go to Nashville again in like a week and a half. So for the front leader payment leader summit.
Who's run by who?
Clarion Events, I think. I'm not super familiar. They called me and invited me to come, so they're taking care of the tickets and a couple of the nights at the hotel. I just had to get there. So, and luckily I bought the flight before I ran, so it wasn't super expensive. But it is what it is on that. It'll be fun. So I get there. It's just a couple of days. I get there on the 22nd and leave on the 25th.
Oh, and Nashville is like your
I mean, how they run this one is they run it kind of like Safeguard, where like you have to select the types of companies that you would like to meet with, and then they run an algorithm, and then you have to meet with them. So, you know, the Safeguard thing, you had to meet with them otherwise because they reimburse you, like they give you $1,500 back. This one, I don't know what they do if you don't go. Like I honestly don't know. But I'll do a couple of them, and then in the evenings I'll do my thing. I got a couple of dinner invites, you know, with some of the usual suspects that are that do the dinners and stuff. So I'll go do those. It doesn't look like it's a super big one. It looks like it's pretty small. So I'm going to film some content there for the main show. Now that I can do that again, you know, it feels good. Feels good to have that weight lifted off my shoulder.
You want to talk about that, or?
Yeah, no. It's just, you know, we all have day jobs, and my day job got a little upset about the show because the show got a little more popular than they might have liked, and that's fine. That's they're totally within their right to have that. I work for them. So I made a decision to focus on the show more than focus on that. So resign my position, and then now we'll do the show, and then I have a new thing coming up that we'll talk about probably on a future episode.
Rock and roll, man. That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary, but the show does pretty well. And I like doing the show. I like the creative outlet. This is a fun creative outlet too, just because we can talk about other things. Then just the other show I have to have a script. I have to do a lot of research, which is fine. Like, don't get me wrong, I like doing that. It's just it could be this one's a little more like therapeutic because I could just like let it flow. And whether people watch or not doesn't matter to me. It's just the act of talking.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing. I'm not sure. I mean, I know you are on Instagram. I'm not sure how much you're exposed to it, but there's a specific creator who's made a name for herself for being a yapper. That's what she calls it. She can talk on camera. And she says that the biggest skill now to maintain in the 2026, whatever. And she launched a course and made $1.2 million in 1 week just by people buying her challenge or course for like $250.
That is one case. Great for her. But I do hate that everybody that has a podcast or any YouTuber has to have a course now. I understand that they're trying to supplement the money, but like it drives me bonkers that they have to have a course. Even like Think Media, which is like one that I do a lot because they do a lot of like hints on cameras and lights and all of those things. And like they have a quick video on how to get better at talking to the camera by yourself solo. I could do it when I get going. I just don't like to. I like to feed off of another person. But they do a course, a YouTube course, how to get better on YouTube. And maybe I need to do it. I don't know, because I watch a lot of other like
the market is so much flooded today. Like you don't even know what course is worth your investment.
Yeah, and it's just like just put the content out, make some AdSense revenue, and like focus on making it short, tight, concise, and you'll be fine. Like you and I, we do these long form videos. These are different than what it is. It is coming back to long form, like the little 5-minute short form videos. Like people are over that because shorts have kind of cannibalized a lot of that. So they're starting to see like people are starting to like put on YouTube and they call it kickback, like or lean back media, where they put something on that's longer than they lean back.
Like a TV show, essentially. Go back to TV.
Yeah. So that content started to rise again. So this long form stuff like we're doing is starting to become a little more popular once again. I just need to probably trim some of these things down and make them a little tighter at the end of the day. Our sweet spot needs to be 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And I think what's interesting is you see that the people who are coming up on top are the people who are consistent, but also they have a lot of self-reflection. So you see people who are posting for like 5 years and just do the same content that never picks up and nothing really
That's what you see, like Mr. Beast has dropped like 20%, and it's
because it's doing more and more.
Just turned off on the polished content.
But also his
20% is still better than the next 5 under him.
I would take 5% of his success. But I have a close to home example. My wife, she's posting on Instagram, trying to promote her business for the past year. She's always listening in, seeing what's not working. She posted a video 2 weeks ago that got her 630,000 views. So more than 500,000.
630,000?
Yeah. Let's see where it stands now. I think it's even more. So she picked up on something. She is really consistent, very much persistent. It's 635K with 11.
What was the content? I'm trying to get to it right now.
It's just
describe it.
Her usual industry fit checks with some insights in the caption and like a semi-provocative like title on the screen. And so she's hit a few 10,000, 20,000, and then she did this. And I'm like, okay, something is working. Like more than 500,000 people saw that clip. That's like insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Yeah, really good for her. Now, the question is, what are you going to do and how can you replicate it and then translate it into a revenue stream? Where going back to that lady who's doing the Yap challenge thing, good for her. Like she got a lot of attention. She thinks she has a skill that people want to learn how to do. She put up this course, this challenge, whatever, and she made $1 million in 1 week. I mean, it's not really 1 week, right? Because she's posting for a few months, but like the 1 week of her actually launching her services or whatever it is.
Which video was it?
My wife's.
Yeah, because I can't see the view count.
Oh, you can see it. Just go to the videos, go to the Reels tab if you're on a profile.
There's a Reels app?
Yeah, it does like.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then you scroll down and it's
okay.
Six videos ago, 625,000. That's it, man.
Ugh.
That's it.
Did you edit this?
No, really.
It's only a couple of seconds long too, huh?
Yeah, that's how you get the views. In a couple of seconds, you make people stay there. Like the title makes you want to read the caption, and then if you read the caption while it's running, you're already in like 4 replays, and that signals to the algorithm that you need to do it. And it worked, and you can see.
So I just need to put up like a 1 second video and just juice the numbers.
If you're doing something that's good enough, yes, but it has been attempted many times. But look, the thing here, you can see that it has 176 people shared it. It has, I think we can't see it, but I know it has like 300 people saved it. It's like gold. That's gold for Instagram algorithm. That's what you want.
So I saw a new thing too, is like why a lot of like music artists, it used to be verse, chorus, and then maybe a bridge, and then a chorus, and an outro.
Yeah.
They are basically only doing the verse, chorus, verse, and then kind of just getting rid of the song because it crosses some short thing on Spotify that then they get credit for a whole play. Versus like if people skip it or stop it or something, they do that. They make songs specifically like that to juice the Spotify payout numbers.
That's awesome. I saw someone on Instagram, genius. You know how sometimes you see those like podcasts like we do, and then you just upload like a 20-second bit of them talking about something.
Yeah.
So this guy was talking about, why record a full episode? Let's just try to write a really good 20-second back and forth. And then just do that 15 times until we get it right, and then just post it. And then that's there's no podcast. It's only Instagram or TikTok reels of us talking with the podcast setting. Not gonna listen to the whole 1 hour of us yapping. So let's just do that, and then it focused on that. And it has a very successful podcast-like content, but essentially it's just that.
Yeah, so I found the thing. It's shorter songs, 2 to 2.5 minutes, drastically boost play counts on Spotify. Spotify requires a track to play for 30 seconds to count as a stream. A shorter track allows listeners to cycle through loops much faster, resulting in higher replay value, increased royalties, and improved algorithmic recommendations.
I love how there's always these like hacks, and then you think, oh, so people are not really creating art. They're just trying to do things to
They're just trying to get paid, man. And that's what bothers the shit out of me. And that's why, like, dude, like some of these episodes that I put like a lot of energy into drives me fucking crazy because like somebody else is half-assing it and getting twice as much, 3 times as much, 10 times as much.
But it's always been the thing, like art was always intertwined with revenue. Like, think about it. Like all of those biggest artists from like the Renaissance, painters, cool composers, they all just did what they needed to do so their patron would be happy and pay them. Like, it's crazy to think about it, but art was always connected to making money, and you gotta hit the algorithm. So maybe it's a king you need to make happy, or maybe it's, the radio station you want to make happy.
That's true. I never thought of it like that because they did commission their stupid paintings while they're eating them.
It's always for commission. Leg. And I'm also thinking about, like, how much I love the Beatles. They obviously, to me, are amazing artists. But what they did was also, they had to record 2 records a year. They were 4 kids. Producers told them, you go into the studio, you don't go out before you have 12 songs recorded. And each of them has to be a hit. And if it wouldn't have been the case, they wouldn't have get the credit they got. It's always, like, there's no... When I think of even myself as a young person or other young people I'm seeing, like sitting in their studio apartment, eating tuna cans or whatever, like, oh, I'm dedicated to my art. No, dude, being dedicated to your art is thinking how you can monetize it. This is what you should be doing.
I guess that's kind of like where my thing is like, even with all the shows that I do, there always is a an expectation that it would be monetized one day.
Yeah.
You know, like the main show, the first show was the first one obviously I monetized in any way. And I had not started out with that plan because the original plan was to make fun of another individual, you know?
Whatever gets you going, man.
Yeah. And then, so I was just going to put out a couple, make fun of her just to prove that I could do it better and then dip. But I had so much fun with it that I kept doing it. And actually, I think it was like 10 episodes in when a company called me to do a sponsorship.
And that's nothing. 10 episodes is nothing.
Yeah,
you had a very early success.
Yeah, it was right around there. Yeah. Because I do 26 a year on that. So it would have been about 13 because it was the first part of the year, the second year. And it was a lot easier then because there was no video. Video is a lot harder to edit because like I hide the seams. I don't like when there's a bunch of jump cuts. You know, I guess it's okay to do on YouTube, but I personally just don't like it. I like to hide the seams and make everything look flawless, like it was one take. It takes a lot longer to do that. Then you have to put graphics over the top. On before is put music at the beginning, put music at the end.
Yeah,
cut it out. You can cut anything out. You don't have to hide anything because nobody's watching. And then splice in an ad anywhere you want. You don't have to worry about. You could on ads on audio. You could just read off the ad copy.
Yeah,
like you just look right here. And then with video, like I have a teleprompter now that I have, and I have to like do a bunch of cuts and takes. And
maybe you should buy the Yap challenge. Maybe you need to understand how to talk to the camera. You should pay this woman for her Yap.
I mean, look, no, I have a literally a product from Elgato called Teleprompter, and it slides over the front of my camera. It's literally over the lens, and I can talk right to it reading, and it scrolls automatically, and then I just read off the thing, read their ad copy. But you know, oftentimes you stumble over your words when you're like that focused, and a lot of these advertisers, like, they want me to be me. They want me to have these inflection, you know, and all that.
Oh, that's you. There you go.
Yeah. So when you're trying to animate around, like, you lose where you're at on the prompter sometimes. So still working on that. But so I just do a bunch of takes. I do like 10 of them, and then I splice the parts together to make one that work, like regular editing, you know, like regular TV editing. And then what I do is I usually get like graphics or overlays from the sponsors or my own, like a website scroll, and then I just lay that over the top and hide the seams on everything, so nobody ever sees it.
You know what I used to do? I used to memorize it.
I'm not an actor. I don't got time for that shit. Like, there's too much rattling around in my head, and I'm too much of this generation that I ain't got time to memorize stuff. You know, I usually try to memorize like the first 3 sentences and the last 3 sentences, just because there's no cover on that.
Yeah.
And then that's where I put like the QR codes.
Oh, that's smart. And then the 4.5 years in, do you think you're more successful than that person you tried to stick it to?
So yes, is the short answer. Yes. Because my content's better content. Now she's made a drastic change in her content, where she's really tried to focus. It used to be her just yapping, as you said, a lot. But she's tried to focus more on actually providing details, which is good. So I probably pushed her to do that. But she has higher engagement, like people commenting and all that. But here's where there's an asterisk there is, the people that engage on her content are not high value people to sponsors. They are entry-level analysts or people that are like this is new information to them, which is awesome. And I people need to learn, like they need to learn. But sponsors want the click-through to buy the product. Mm-hmm. And my show typically tends to have a little bit of an older audience, a little bit higher in their organization, and a little bit more decision-making power than hers.
Yes, so what you're saying just now, if anyone listens, I think is really an example of what I said, right? You're thinking what you're trying, like you're putting thought into how you can monetize what you're doing, right?
And you know, there's an interest. So there's a guy that I watch on YouTube. I'm still the guy. So I watch Matt Armstrong. He rebuilds cars. He's a UK guy. He rebuilds supercars. And he was on another podcast with a couple of some guys that have a program you could buy about money and making money and doing loans. And he was talking about the differences on AdSense, specifically what you get from Google on the YouTube AdSense. Mm-hmm. So that's when YouTube places the ads on there. Now, there's different levels. So you can get less payouts, you know, if the product is like a lower product, you know. But the advertisers pick him for higher value products. So he gets more per click per ad than other, like I think they call it CPA or whatever. Or I don't even know exactly, because I don't AdSense my products. I just use regular sponsors. It's easier for me. But he gets more per ad than maybe a smaller channel that's advertising like a Battle Tanks app, or BetterHelp or something like that.
Yeah, the very specific niche. So
like it's higher value, so they pay more to be on his channel. And my same thing is like the sponsors that I have. Some sponsors, I would say younger companies care more about just how many people engage with it versus mature companies that care how many people buy it.
I guess it's some things you put effort for, like exposure.
Yeah,
you want to be able to reach.
Like for example, like if you are a startup, you're a non-profitable company. Okay, you're non-profitable. You just want to make it look like you're the shit. So you're everywhere. So you're seen everywhere. Mm-hmm. Your name's everywhere. Everybody knows you have a cool, sexy booth at a conference. You have like people are interacting and commenting, and you're everywhere on LinkedIn. Your CEO's a talking head. Great. But is anybody buying your product or is anybody using your product? Doesn't matter, because it looks like they are. Now, some of the more mature companies, like the larger, more seasoned companies, they'll spend 30 grand on a quarter of my show for one click, for one person that'll come through and buy it, because that'll make more than that nut on that, But they don't need the hype, man, because they know the product is good. They know the product works. They know all of these things, and they just need a serious buyer to actually buy it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like they just need, instead of people just saying, oh yeah, I like that, I agree with that. Okay, are you going to like nut up or shut up, And they don't do that when a silent person clicks through and says, hey, you know what? Like I am having that problem at my Fortune 100 company. Yeah. Can you actually help me with what he just talked about? And that's where you get that, because you get out of it what you put into it for like, for call to action. I do let my sponsors pick their call to action. And sometimes they'll like go to a web form, and I tell them all the time, I'm like, less is more when you get them there. Like basically just ask them for their email and move on. Yeah. And give them like the white paper or whatever. But I had one that was like, in order to get the PDF that they were trying to give to people, it was, what's your name? What's your company? What's your title? How long have you been there? What's your phone number? Like nobody's filling that out to get this PDF. Nobody's doing that.
I would fill it out with just like bullshit data.
Yeah. And meanwhile, like another company I had, another company that sponsored me had it was, you get 25 enriched bins if you just put your email in. Really? And any bin you choose. So all it was is like, hey, just put your email in, we'll email you, and you tell us which bins you want, and we'll send you the data. And it was like 2 seconds. The guy's like, dude, I got 25 on the first episode. Yeah. Like, and that's like real leads for them right there. And if the bin data is good, if the product is good, I would say you got to give something away for free that's of value, not like I think these white papers and these studies are cool, but you should be giving those away for free anyway, just because like it makes your company look smart. But
it needs to be a bait, essentially. Like if we have this type of data here's a sample, or like a valuable sample.
So like my current sponsor right now is just doing an evaluation for free. If you wanted to do an evaluation, like just message us right through here, or send an email here, and or put your email in, and we'll call you, we'll go on your site, and we'll tell you what your vulnerabilities are, just for free.
You know what?
No commitment, no nothing.
I always think about, I know you like playing video games. I used to obviously play a lot of video games as a kid, and I vividly remember some demo versions of games that you
Dude, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 demo, they had the one skate park and one skater. I played that like it was the full game, bro.
Exactly. And it was amazing. But some games, you could just play the demo and have enough fun with it. But others, you're like, oh, this is so cool. I wish I could have had this ability.
Well, now they do the demos, but like everything that you can do that's fun is locked unless you unlock it.
So there's a smart way to do it, that the demo is fun enough for you to want to invest in the game. And that's,
give that first level away for free, always. Yeah. Always give it completely free. Don't hide it behind a paywall. First level, completely free.
And people will show up, and that's exactly what we're saying here. You send out the research that you're anyway going to give for free, and people will understand this is the type of experience you can get with the company, and that's what you want to do.
That's why, like, it's my long story is like, usually my sponsors, I've had a couple of startups, but they're like come from really mature people that had started many companies before and are starting up again. My current sponsor's been around for a really long time. The product's super solid. It's really unique. It's the only one that can do like 3D IP location, geolocation. So like the product's cool, while the other ones, like I'm telling you, I don't know anybody that sponsors some of the other shows, like long term. I don't know anybody that uses those products, and like they have to be just ripping through VC cash. They have to be. But you know what? How you raise VC cash is you make it sound like there's hype around your product. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just there's that meme going around where it's just like Silicon Valley is just 11 companies shuffling money back and forth to each other. Like it's essentially that. Like a VC is giving money to these companies, then they spend it to make it look like hype to go raise more money from these companies, and it's just, it is what it is. I don't care anymore. My show, I think about this a lot because I see what other companies do. Like that other show, for example, they're trying to put on a conference, but they are also being very choosy with their vendors, and they pissed off a lot of vendors how they did it. And they also do these big reports. They create these reports, these market reports. But again, you're getting entry-level analysts filling out the form saying, my company doesn't think about this when they have no fucking clue what their company's actually thinking about because they're not high enough up to even have to be in the room when those conversations are happening. But I keep thinking like, oh shit, should I go do something like that? But then, no. I want to do my show the way that I want to do my show. I want to create the content. I want to record it. I want to have cool interviews. I want to put the content out. I want to play with cameras. I'll clip it into these little 10-second clips or 30-second clips that I do. And that's all I want to do. I don't want to try and be something that my show isn't. And I have to like sit down and think about that a lot because, even on the other show, like the show that I do for the local city, like there's these micro influencers that go around from bar to bar. They do these, like they walk in and they eat the sandwich, do the cheese pull, all that shit, and they get thousands of plays, and like sometimes I'm like, fuck, I got to get out there and be doing that. But no, I'm interviewing the owners long form. I'm getting their story. I shoot some B-roll, I put over the top, and it goes out. And people get to see a different side of the owner of these businesses. That's what I do. That's my thing. That's all it is.
Your show is a wholesome community, whatever event.
Well, I mean, I swear a lot on it, so it's not that wholesome.
Not wholesome for, I don't care about swearing. But it is what it is, and it's not anything else. Like you shouldn't be going eating sandwiches at Ken's because it's not what it's about. It's about talking to the owner, understand where they come from.
I do like shooting them in the places. I think it's a lot of fun to shoot them inside.
I think it looks way better. I mean, your whole studio is great, but I also think that it looks just so much better.
I joined the Chamber of Commerce for that show now. So
what's that?
It's like real. Every city usually has a chamber of commerce that the businesses pay to be a member of, and like they set up events and juice events. It's kind of a racket a little bit, but it's a necessary evil, and it's good for the community because it does bring people together. So like now I get emails every day, like these are the events that are happening in the community that I could like join or be a part of. I can host them, but then I get awards if I win certain categories because I'm a chamber member. I can be in these certain things. It is what it is. It's cool. It's cool. I feel good about it. It's like $400 a year.
How many shows? How many shows have you recorded yet with the P-Tom?
I have I think 5 out right now, maybe 6 out, and then I have one that's done in the can. I just haven't released it yet.
And you're getting good feedback from people. People hear about it.
I get recognized now in the city, so that's
ridiculous.
Interesting.
That's fun.
You got to be a little careful. I have like coasters at the local bars and stuff too. So if you have it, it has my face on it and it has a QR code to come to it.
Oh, it's awesome. And then it's like you're only 5 shows in, you remember just mentioned that with the adult show, it took you 10 shows to get sponsorship. So
Yeah, no. I'm done. The local show is a lost leader, as we say. It is. I had to go to my accountant and be like, "How is this going to work?" But she's like, "How I do it." That show is wholly owned. This show technically is wholly owned by Fraudboxer Inc. So people, if they could write a check, they'd have to write it to Fraudboxer Inc. for that show. I'm trying to not charge the businesses to come on the show because I do feel it's kind of mean.
Yeah.
But the show needs to break even. The show needs to make $500 an episode.
As
it sits right now. Yeah. For my time, for my editor, it takes me about $200 to edit an episode now. Because I'm pretty polished.
Yeah.
I'm pretty picky about that. And then
I mean, you shouldn't charge owners that you're reaching out to. But if someone reaches out to you, you can charge them easily.
Yeah, so thought about that too. I also thought about just placing mid-roll ads for other businesses. Like, yeah, I'm going to be interviewing, this restaurant, but if you want to put an ad in, just like they do in like the local mailers, it's X amount of dollars. So I've been getting the pricing for the local mailers. It's like $400 usually for. They come out about once a month, sometimes once a week, and then like their ads will just be there. Yeah. The thing is it has to be an evergreen ad because like they can't say like 20% off or for the next 30 days because that's stuck in that ad forever and it never like it's stuck in that episode forever. So
you could
things to think about.
Easy. Yeah.
Oh, there's my dog. How about
that?
All right, man. Well, we should probably wrap this one up. What do you got? Anything going on this weekend?
This weekend we're facing a heat waves along with rain, so we're going to probably be like 83 degrees and raining, which is like
I love
Vietnam,
humidity.
I think. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
it's like Iran. Oh wait, no rain.
No, I just meant like Vietnam climate wise.
So Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5. That's the goal, but also there is some poetic sense to Knicks in 6. But more than that, I think
if you Knicks in 6, though, aren't you're winning 5 or 6 in Spurs Stadium, right?
Exactly. So I think people actually would like the big win to be here, but then
but you got a Game 7 situation going on.
Exactly, and then if it's Game 7, that's not going to be great. Look, the way I see it, the job's not done, as people say, but I find it hard to believe that they're going to not get any game out of the next 3. Like, if that's going to be the case, then Adam Silver obviously is going to be even more of a millionaire, but I don't know how. I mean, I'm sure it's all scripted somehow, somewhere.
Absolutely. Adam Silver out there telling them what to do.
Yeah,
Throw the game, flop.
Well, I mean, tap in the last minute, nothing. So we'll see how it goes, but there's a lot of excitement, and I'm definitely thinking about where I'm going to watch Game 5. And hopefully there will be no more games. But
what are the list of options for Game 5 right now? So, Madison Square Garden. Oh no,
no. I'm not going to do any of these.
Are they going to do a watch party at MSG?
Yes, absolutely, and there are watch parties all over the city. But I actually have a friend who has a rooftop who's trying to do that, like kind of like a just friendly watch party, which I think I'll probably rather go to.
How much is he going to charge for that?
Hopefully nothing. He's a friend, and he's an owner of a startup. He has enough cash.
All right. Well, good luck, and we'll go Knicks in 5. I'll be watching alongside you there.
Mix in anything. I'm not greedy. Mix in any number, as long as it's
the Knicks. Well, you're gonna need to go buy yourself some gear. I better see you on a jersey next episode.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm gonna be one of those people who's screaming in the streets.
Yeah. You gotta fully embrace it. I'll keep sending you more memes of that guy that like keeps making fun of his buddy buying Knicks shit.
As you know, I live in Brooklyn and right next to Barclays Center, so I'm like a Nets fan, and I took my daughter to one of the games. And
not anymore. You're not.
She has a Nets shirt, and she likes to sleep in it, and she's like, "Let's go Nets." And now I'm teaching her that you should say, "Let's go Knicks." Now she's asking for a Knicks jersey, and I'm like,
you should get her that. You know what you should do? You should put her on the train, take her to Penn, and just bite the bullet and watch the game.
For sure. Yeah, that's what I'm going to. That's a fantastic evening you were having there.
Mm-hmm. Just spend her college on one game.
Yeah, of course.
And just say, honey, this is why you didn't get to go to school, because you were there.
Yeah,
you were there.
People paid $40,000 for.
Well, if it comes back Game 7, get ready to juice those numbers a little up.
For sure. But that's the thing. All of my text groups are like, "Oh, people spent $40,000 on the Knicks losing. Oh my god!" And then it actually turned out to be the best game ever.
Yeah, biggest comeback in NBA Finals history.
I think in NBA period. Honestly,
I've seen more than 29. I've seen more than 29. Okay. It's
good game.
All right, man. All right, man. Well, everybody, we'll see you when we see you.
Yeah. Have a good one.